Hi, welcome to our Constitution video. Today, we are going to teach you about the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 21st Amendments. Alright, first up is the 16th Amendment. The 16th Amendment stated that Congress has the power to impose an income tax or a direct tax on states regardless of their population. It was passed on July 2nd, 1909, and was not ratified until February 3rd, 1913. The 17th Amendment stated that the Senate would be made up of 2 senators from each state, each serving a term of 6 years. These senators would be voted on directly by the citizens of the state. Prior to this, senators had been elected through state legislatures. This amendment was passed to help reduce the influence of big business or other special interests on the selection of senators. This amendment was passed in 1912 and ratified in 1913. And now Tay is going to tell you about the 18th Amendment.
I'm here today to interview Steve about the 18th Amendment. Now, Steve, can you tell me when the 18th Amendment was ratified? Good job. It was ratified on January 16th, 1919. Now, the 18th Amendment outlawed the making, selling, transporting, importing, or exporting of alcoholic beverages in the United States. And it only lasted for 14 years, but it's still kind of a really big deal. As highlighted in Deborah Bloom's book, The Poisoner's Handbook, the government literally put poison in alcohol for these 14 years. And lots of people died from it. Now, these poisons included wood alcohol, ethyl alcohol, and methyl alcohol, among others, but essentially, the government knew that the inclusion of these poisons weren't going to stop people from drinking alcohol. It just made it more dangerous and killed people. If you want to hear more about that, I highly suggest that book. But now we're going to move on to the 19th Amendment.
Hey, do you want to learn about the 19th Amendment? Well, let me tell you a little bit about it. The 19th Amendment is the amendment that gave women the right to vote. It basically states that in any U.S. election, a U.S. citizen cannot be denied by their sex. In 1869, the National Women's Suffrage Association first proposed the 19th Amendment idea. It failed many times. It kept failing until 1919 when it got passed, and then in 1920 it got ratified to the Constitution. This affected how society was back then, because beforehand women did not have this right to say about politics. We did not have the right to vote. But after this, the 19th Amendment, it gave women the right to vote, and then we started thinking about what else can we do. And this brought on a huge wave of women's suffrage acts. The Equal Rights Amendment, decades after the 19th Amendment was ratified, we're we want the same pay. That's a little bit about the 19th Amendment. Now, it's going to be Taya's turn about the 21st Amendment.
Hey, I'm back with Steve. And now we're going to tell you about the 21st Amendment, which was ratified on December 5th, 1933, which was literally just to repeal the 18th Amendment, a little bit more. It is the only amendment that had been ratified through the state conventions instead of through the state legislatures. It's also the only amendment ratified to repeal a previous amendment, which is the 18th Amendment. So the first section of the 21st Amendment is repealing the 18th Amendment. It's just saying, hey, it's void. The second section of the 21st Amendment states, the transportation or importation into any state, territory, or possession of the United States for delivery or use therein of intoxicating liquors in violation of the laws thereof is hereby prohibited. Which is basically saying that the government can't make laws banning liquor, essentially. One second, I will be right back.
5 minutes later.
Upon reading the actual document of the 21st Amendment, Section 3 literally just says that this article shall be inoperative unless it shall have been ratified as an amendment to the Constitution, blah 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 blah, within 7 years from the date of the submission hereof to the states by the Congress. So it's basically just saying it isn't really an amendment. It's not actually going to do anything. It's not actually repealing the 18th Amendment until it gets ratified, which it got ratified 14 years after the 18th Amendment was ratified, so it took a little bit, but we got there. And I mean, that's really it for that. Hope you guys learned something about the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 21st Amendment. Not sure why we skipped the 20th, but hope you liked it.